Guys, welcome back to tutorial race, and in this video tutorial you are learning TypeScript, and in this TypeScript series you are learning function in TypeScript. So in the last video you have learned what is function and how to declare function and function without parameter, and also in the last video we covered function with parameter, so how we can write function with parameter. And also in our last video we have covered function with optional parameter. So that is the benefit of using functional with rest parameter. Optional parameter is that if any one of the fields you want to keep optional, in that case you just need to write question mark before the variable and that becomes optional parameter. But there are some cases when you don't know how many parameters the user will enter. So in that case, you cannot use fixed parameter or optional parameters also. In that case, function with rest parameters comes handy. So, so if you're from Java background, you may be aware of variable arguments. While in the above two examples, there are parameters, but they were fixed and hard coded. Okay, so let's see the examples with rest parameters. So here is the example function year list, then triple dot. So if you write triple dot before the variable, then it is called rest parameters, because in this case you never know how many elements will be in this array. So let's see with the example. Rest dot. So what we have done here, we have declared a function called function year list, and then there are three dots. That means this is rest parameters. And as I mentioned earlier, the rest parameters is used when you don't know how many parameters how many values you are going to pass in the parameters. So in that case you can use rest parameter. So here the number, the data type is number, and this is an array. Okay, so here with the for loop we have just displayed it. In our previous several videos we have used this for loop method to display the array element, and here the function we have called two times. First time we have passed only two parameters, and in the second time we have passed five parameters, and even third time if you just call one time, still it will show factory. So as you can see here, when you never know that how many parameters you want to pass, okay, you want to make it flexible, in that case you can use rest parameter. So let's see the with running tsc rest meter.ts. Now load rest meter.js. So you can see here it's displaying 2017 and 18, the first one, this one, and then the second one, and ultimately this last one. So this is the utilization of rest parameters. And remember, you can declare other variable also apart from these rest parameters. For example, s name string, okay, then roll number, okay. So in this case you'll have to write here Rajesh, comma, and then roll number 209, and then to others. Similarly, here that means these two variables you'll have to write fixed, and this one is optional. That means this is variable. So either you can pass any value, or you can pass as many as value you like. This one. Kiran, then 90. Here 6.206, and like this. So if you compile, then it will work perfectly, but it's not displaying there because we have to display here before for loop. Okay, like this console.log, console.log, and then sname, s name. Similarly, you'll have to display the roll number, roll here. So let's compile it again and run it, and you can see it's displaying here name as well as the values. And next, there is default parameters. So what is default parameters actually? So there is some cases when if the user do not fill the specific parameter, then the default should take itself. So let's see and understand with example how does it work. Default parameter.ts. So here is employee list. Function name is employee list. Then there are few parameters, say salary, which is number, department, which is string, company, which is string, but default company I have written here Suhana Software Private Limited, which is my company. And here we are displaying company name, then company, salary, and then department. So now let's call this function here. So in the first case, when we are calling the function and passing the parameter, you can see we have not written here company. We have not written here company name. So in this case, what will happen? This parameter, this one will go to salary, and this one will go to department, but there is no in this one. So what will be the output? It will display 200, sorry, uh, 2 lakh, and then department sales, okay, and then company name will be this one, Suhana Software Private Limited, because we have here, so it will take the default value as its name suggests. But in case of this one, we are passing all three values, this one, the salary also, and department, as well as company name. So what will happen, this will take here, and this Suhana Software Private Limited will be overwritten, and this value will display. So that is the function of default parameter. If in function the parameter value is passed, then it will override, or else it will display the default given parameter.